I woke up, and what I'm looking around at is this beautiful hillside. It's sort of like in a meadow, so there's low grass and flowers all around me. But I'm on the hillside looking out over a series of rolling mountain ranges. And I thought, well, this is kind of a cool hallucination. I could do this while I'm in surgery. The first thing I noticed was this wave of peace. It felt like, standing in front of a fireplace when the fire is on and that heat kind of coming through you. It felt like I was being hugged. But there was this big moment of feeling acceptance and really just unconditional love coming into me. And it was powerful. And that's when I knew something was not right. And I thought, oh my God, I died. I thought I died. I remember being in surgery, and at that moment I felt love. I thought, I must have died on the operating table. The second thought, now here's my analytical science mind still kicking in. So wait a minute, if I died, what's all this? Because first of all, I don't believe in anything. Second of all, my parents told me that you're going to go to hell because you're an atheist now. So I'm not experiencing either one of those. And that's when I really began to wonder what the heck was going on and why am I here? I asked that question in my mind, but then there was an answer to the thought I had. And the answer came kind of from around me in the atmosphere. And it was the answer of, this is your home. You are a part of me. You're a part of us. Welcome home. When it said that, welcome home, I lost it. Because I remembered. That's when it came back to me. And I knew immediately, oh my God, that life that I had on earth was just an illusion. That thing that I was doing down there on earth was really just a temporary state. And this is real. It was like so obvious. I all of a sudden saw someone kind of materialize out of fog. And she was very ephemeral, so vaguely a human. And she had what appeared to be long hair, but I was never able to see her face because it wasn't about her. It was about me learning what I needed to learn. And that's what she said. It's time for you to learn what you need to learn in order to go back and make your life one that would be worth living. And those were pretty much her exact words. And I'm like, whoa, I'm not going back there. What, are you kidding me? I am not going back to that place. She said, well, you've already agreed to go back. And I said, I was kind of going back to my younger self when I was kind of a pain to be around with my parents, because I was always challenging them. So I was challenging her, like, I don't want to go back there, and I don't remember agreeing to go back. She said, well, you did that before you were born into your life, and so let me show you. And it was this weird movie moment where, like, in the air in front of me sort of materialized almost like a movie screen. And she showed me planning my life before I was born. So in a way, the experience was sort of planned out, and I got to see that. And there was a point at which I looked behind me, and all that was behind me was fog. It was this foggy gray. Whereas in front of me, it was this really vibrant, maybe it was a forest or a canyon I was walking in or a mountain or something. But behind me, it was just gone. And I asked her about that. I was like, what's up with this? And she said, the place that you are in now is not the ultimate reality of where you're going to go. It's sort of she called it a holding place. And she said, in this place, it is your place of learning. And here, what we do is we're making this an environment that is comfortable for you to learn in. Things that you enjoy, places that make you feel comfortable, and that will allow you to learn what you need to learn in order to go back and make your life one that's worth living. She would teach me things about not only the spiritual place I was in, but that everything was based on an energetic structure, not a physical one. Everything you see around you, it's an illusion. The more I thought about it, the more I knew it to be true. After that, I had what people call a life review. Now, at the time, you have to understand, I didn't know any of these terms. I didn't know about NDEs. I didn't know about life reviews. I had no idea all of this stuff. So she brought me up this kind of meandering mountain valley into what looked like a pond up in the mountains. And she said, well, I want you to kneel down by the side of the pond and just touch the surface of the pond. So I just did it. And I just sat back on my heels and just watched the surface. The ripples going out, I could see on top of the ripples, there were small little pockets all across the surface of the pond that to me looked like little videos, vignettes of specific moments in my physical life. But when I would focus on one, I was back in it. It wasn't like I was watching it from outside. I was back in it, experiencing it again from my perspective, but also experiencing it from the other people. And I could feel everything they felt as if it was mine. And that really got to me, because there were times when I helped someone or said something nice, and I could feel that person's, for want of a better term, I could feel their spirit soar. I could feel how buoyant they felt because someone said something kind. And then I could see the downstream effects of those actions too. So if I said something positive and uplifting to someone, I in turn saw how that allowed them to be more positive with other people. So this teaching was, you have an impact on the people around you, not just physically, but there's also an energetic or spiritual component to every interaction that you have, whether it's a verbal interaction, whether there's something non-spoken, it doesn't matter. Everything that you do has an impact, and therefore be more conscious of how you impact others. On the flip side, so it was balanced out for me to learn from with things that weren't so great that I did. There was a time when I was a teenager and my younger sister and I got into a fight. We fought like cats and dogs when I was a kid. We just did not see eye to eye. And I loved her, but we didn't get along very well. And there was one point when I think I was probably like 17 and she was 14. I said something not so kind to her. And I didn't think anything of it at the time. It was just a way to get her off my back. I was really tired of the fight we were having, so I just said something stupid and not very nice. And she didn't react. I didn't see any reaction in the moment for her except she left. But in my review, I could feel the hurt that I caused her in that moment. And this is the second thing that always gets me. When I felt her pain at what I said to her, that was like biggest teaching moment ever. And that's the one thing I wish I could give to people was understanding viscerally how your impact affects, your actions affect someone else, your words affect someone else. And in that moment, I realized, okay, I'm changing the way that I interact with people right now. Like, that's it. That point woke me up like nothing else. That was just this big aha moment. And ever since I've come back here, I remember that almost every day, and it helps me formulate how I interact with people every day. I'm very concerned and careful about how I interact with people. All of a sudden, for the first time in my whole, experience there, I looked up and there were clouds in the sky. And we were just kind of looking around, like when you were little kids looking for animals up in the clouds. And so we did that for a while. And then she got up and she said, well, it's time for you to go now. I was not happy to hear that. I thought I had passed some kind of test, and was going to stay there. I was really planning on doing this end run around my teacher. I was like planning, can I just run around her and just keep running until I find where I'm supposed to go? That was one of the things that I wanted to do. And I also thought, well, if I pitch a fit enough, they'll just let me stay. I started getting a little bit weepy with her. So at that point, she laid hands on my shoulder that was broken, my ribs, and right up here, because the top of my sternum was the part that was cracked. And then she sort of sent me back